Hello and welcome to yet another episode of Nimasa This Week, the Voice of Maritime. Nimasa This Week is brought to you by the Nigerian Maritime Administration and Safety Agency, the nation's apex regulator and promoter of the Nigerian maritime domain. My name is Ubong Essien, and as always, I will be your guide on this voyage.
My name is Greg Ubefin, the chairman, Stars Investment Company Limited. You are watching Nimasa This Week. It is the voice of maritime. Stay tuned.
Nimasa This Week, the voice of maritime, showing on these stations.
Welcome back. It's still Nimasa This Week, the voice of maritime. And yes, it's the beginning of a new year. And it's only proper to set the stage in terms of an outlook for the year and expectations, especially here in the Nigerian maritime domain. And on today's episode, apart from the DJ's Diary, where you get to see some of the activities of Dr. Bashir Jamoh, you get to hear from some of the active players in the Nigerian maritime space, what their expectations are on the industry outlook and what their expectations are for 2022. These, including our other regulars, ready and served up for your learning delight as far as the nautical world is concerned. So if you're ready, it's anchors away.
In his quest to achieve the core objective of the blue economy, the Director General of Nigerian Maritime Administration and Safety Agency, Nimasa, Dr. Bashir Jamoh, has urged that the Nigerian maritime industry is the best area to invest in. Dr. Jamoh urged this while delivering his keynote address on the topic Advancing Investment Between Nigeria and Greece at the Greek-Nigerian Chamber of Commerce and Technology Annual Investment Forum in Athens, Greece. The Nimasa DG therefore gave some facts about Nigerian maritime industry.
We have 853 kilometer coastline, which is apparently you cannot call it a very small. 853 kilometers of coastline, 8,575 kilometers of inland waterways, 200 nautical miles of exclusive economic zones, 12 nautical miles of territorial water, over 28.2 billion barrels of crude oil. So those who speak on oil industry, we have deposit on that. Yes, I agree. And then the sector also is capable of generating about 9 trillion annually and 40 million jobs if fully harnessed.
Dr. Jamoh also explained that the West African subsector commonly called Gulf of Guinea accounts for 76% of the shipping business with Nigeria as a major hub. The Nimasa DG, while pitching the Nigerian maritime industry to the participants at the forum, further gave a breakdown of the nation's place in the Gulf of Guinea and why Greece should invest in the country's maritime industry.
853 kilometer coastline for the nation as Nigeria. Now, what of Gulf of Guinea entirely? 6,000 kilometers coastline, generate estimated GDP of $950 billion, market size of 470 million customers, hold 70% of African oil production, and hold 5% of the world total oil reserves, export value of over $180 million, import value over $105 billion. Certainly, this economy is not small economy.
Dr. Jamoh reiterated that it is high time the world looked outside the oil industry and find alternative revenue, stressing that the blue economy is the alternative. He gave a breakdown of the blue economy.
We have a mafia for the blue economy. That is the strategy we are using. We have up to steps 7. First, the agenda setting. We have finished the agenda setting. Step 2, the coordination and formulation of the blue economy itself. And then step 3 has to do the building national ownership of the blue economy policy formulation process. Then step 4 is the sector identification and prioritization. Then 5, designing the blue economy policy. 6 is policy implementation. That is where we are now.
Dr. Jamoh added that the implementation stage is where investors are expected to key into the blue economy project. He therefore listed the areas of exploration for Greece investments in key elements of Nigeria's blue economy as port development, shipping, fishing and aquaculture, dockyards, marine tourism, dredging, offshore oil and gas exploration production, renewable energy and biotechnology, maritime fabrication and construction, and waste management. According to the UNODC, drug trafficking is a global illicit trade involving the cultivation, manufacture, distribution, and sale of substances that are subject to drug prohibition laws. Reports have it that the recent spike in the influx of illegal drugs into Nigeria has largely come in through the nation's sea borders and by shipping-related activities. In a bid to checkmate this ugly development and its devastating impact on vulnerable citizens, the Director General of Nimasa, Dr. Bashir Jamoh, paid a working visit to the chairman of the National Drug Law Enforcement Agency, NDLEA, Brigadier General Buba Marwa, retired, in Abuja to strengthen cooperation between both agencies, especially to explore ways the recently launched Deep Blue project could accommodate the participation of the NDLEA operatives in strengthening maritime security to tackle illegal narcotics smuggling by sea. It will be recalled that in 2021, the senior management of the NDLEA had paid an advance visit to the Nimasa headquarters to kickstart this partnership. Our world-class Maritime Experience Center is now live, announcing Maritime Stakeholders Experience Contact Center, MSECC, where you'll get simple, fast, and tailored solutions to all your maritime challenges on maritime safety, maritime labor, marine pollution, search and rescue, cabotage issues, ship registration, training and certification, and any other maritime-related issues. Contact us via the following channels: 23401 630 9590. Email us at contactcenter@nimasa.gov.ng, info@nimasa.gov.ng. Chat with us www.nimasa.gov.ng and on Facebook at Nimasa Official. Let's resolve all your maritime related issues.
The year 2021 has been a more active year than the year 2020. You all know that 2020 was the beginning of the pandemic, and it affected shipping activities, it affected cargo operations, and generally affected the maritime sector substantially, particularly when we talk about ships visiting Nigerian ports. But in 1921, there was a great improvement in the traffic of vessels calling at Nigerian ports because the effect of the COVID was contained, and towards the end of the year, a lot of restrictions were lifted. So generally, there was a more active operation in 2021 compared with the previous year, 2020. Well, we expect that there will be an improvement, but it's not going to be a massive improvement because Nigeria is an import-dependent country, but because of cash flow and financial constraint, the volume of traffic might be reduced. And in addition, the world generally with whom we are trading partners are just recovering. Most of the industries were closed or their production was curtailed in 2021, and we expect that to still probably go into 2022 towards the end of the first quarter. After the first quarter, that is from April upwards, we expect that things will improve and we shall have a flow of cargo and maritime activities in all areas. Well, let me say that a lot of things happened in 2021, and that is a very demanding period for Nimasa. For example, the issue of piracy and also the issue of installing the blue economy became a challenge. But Nimasa was able to overcome most of the challenges, particularly in the area of the deep blue, which was meant to contain piracy attacks in Nigeria. The other side, which is not as good, was the issue of membership of the International Maritime Organization. Nigeria has been making several attempts to become a member of the Council, but up to now, we have not been able to succeed. But the other side of the story, which is not directly in Nimasa, but also in the maritime space, was the appointment of a Nigerian as the Director General of MOCA. So that was a success story in the maritime space, which of course, all considered, Nimasa must have got an input. Above all, we believe that Nimasa still has some challenges in the area of port state control and flag state control. These are areas where every country is supposed to do its best because there are security issues that those two projects handle. In addition, the ISPS code is still operative. Nimasa should remember that this is a very strong mandate, which is global, and which Nimasa should continue to do its best to make sure that they deliver.
(2021) has been an interesting year. There is challenges, there is a lot of opportunities, which is ups and downs, all related to the COVID-19 situation, which affects all the industries, most especially shipping globally. So Nigeria is not left out. We also had the same problems like any other place, any other countries in the world. So it has been a certain period of 2021. We have seen increase in level of activity when the world was open and borders were open. And at a certain time, again, we see a lot of fall down or fall off of activity, which has reduced tremendously because of also the COVID-19 lockdowns and restrictions. So we have seen so many challenges like any other destination in the world. We are looking forward to 2022, hoping that 2022 will be better than 2021. Globally, there is the indices shows that shipping sector is going to grow a lot. In the sense that in 2020, there was a lot of lack of investment, particularly in building ships. So we are seeing a lot of investments or capital being pushed in globally in building new ships, and we are seeing the ships that are presently running are earning very good money, particularly in the dry cargo sector. The dry cargo sector are making so much return in their freight, better than the wet cargo. The gas, we are seeing so much demand in gas, so much investment is going in the gas shipping side. So 2022 looks very promising. It's unfortunate that December 2021 we have seen the spike in COVID-19 Omicron variant, but I think somehow globally the world is not shutting down, so shipping is still on, people are still moving around, and there is a lot of demand for energy, there is a lot of demand for commodities. So we are seeing the shipping freight, even the ones that like the one tankers, which has been down in 2021 a little bit. Now we are seeing that it is coming up, which means there is high demand for wet cargo shipping requirements. So I think 2022 is looking, from the beginning now at January, is looking good. We hope it will continue like that. We give kudos to Nimasa. Nimasa has done very well since 2020, 2021. 2021, we have seen a lot of achievements. One of the most, we can say, that is so dear to ship owners in Nigeria particularly, is the fiscal policy duty waiver that Nimasa, through the support and the push of the Minister of Transportation, was able to get this. And this is something that the federal government have done for us. We are waiting for the Gazette. This will bring positive impact in the shipping industry, because this is something that the industry has been clamoring for. We have done a lot of conversation on this. We have tried to engage, and so far this is something that is a great achievement. Many administrations of Nimasa have tried to achieve this, but this time around it has been achieved. We have seen a paper and we have seen the announcement by government that this waiver is granted, and we thank the Nimasa administration on that. We look forward to 2022, where Nimasa will consolidate these achievements that they have made. We are expecting to see the full Deep Blue project operations. We want to see zero insecurity activities or incidences in Nigerian water, so that we will not be compared to any other country again, or waters within the world that we are an unsafe area. So we hope to see that it doesn't happen anymore. We hope to see that the duty is gazette and now implemented in 2022. We also want to see a lot of things in the regulatory side, particularly in the safety of the navigable waters, the harbors. We want to see that the Nimasa implements those safety measures so that it can be standardized. Other harbors or navigable waters within the Nigerian water should also be charted. So we hope to see that Nimasa, being the regulator, also implement this and make sure it is done. Nigerian Ports Authority implements this water so that we will be covered. So this is what we look forward to in 2022 from Nimasa. Thank you.
It was a year a memorable year, when we brought the president to Lagos to come and commission the Deep Blue project. This is a remarkable achievement for Nigeria and for Gulf of Guinea. The President, Commander-in-Chief himself, came down to Lagos to do this. 2021 was a year where the SPOMO Act this is Anti-Piracy Act was enshrined because we were able to prosecute some offenders, pirates at sea, who before they were having free day. So 2021 was a year to be remembered for. We've waited for over 20 years for this to come into play. 2021 also was the year we lost the Category C IMO election. We are coming into 2022 with hope for the industry because the initial shock and aftermath of pandemic COVID-19, we have come over it. And with the work done in Nimasa, digitization of manifest, that means there will be transparency, there will be less physical contact with the industry. You understand? And also, I expect that the gap noted in IMO audit may be the reason why we drop in the election. We need to work towards closing it. Also, from our own professional side, we need collaboration between Nimasa and Maritime Academy in order to upgrade the certificate of competency from OOW foreign going unlimited to class 2 and class 1. It is a lot of work. We've waited for 20 years, and I believe this is something that we can put machinery into motion and we can achieve by this time next year, so that we can examine people for higher grade in Nigeria. Also, being maritime, largest second revenue generation for the nation, the importance of maritime, especially during the COVID, where no fly zone was introduced by air, ships were still moving, they were still carrying goods. We want Ministry of Maritime Affairs, or as a matter of urgency, Senior Special Assistance of Maritime for the President to be announced, so that because of the importance of maritime, this gap should be closed. They should appoint a professional as special advisor, senior special advisor on maritime to the Mr. President, so that our presence can be in the villa. Better cooperation between the stakeholders and the regulator. The master should invite media, he should invite port concessionaire, he should invite shipping agents individually, invite master mariners, and have discussion on what to do to move the industry. It should not be a collective breakfast talk. It should be individual professionals to open up and get the industry moving.
Welcome back. It's still Nimasa this week, the voice of Maritime, and we go straight to the Maritime Mandate column written by the DG of Nimasa every week in the Guardian newspaper. You can continue the conversation with the DG of Nimasa on all of his social media handles as displayed on your screen, and likewise at Nimasa official social media handles. However, if your interest in the Nigerian maritime sector is for business, then you know that the Nimasa official website currently showing on your screen has to remain your first port of call, because as we say here in Nimasa, the Nigerian maritime industry is heavily regulated, and the agency that bears responsibility for oversight and for enforcement of those regulations is Nimasa. Thank you for watching today's episode of Nimasa This Week, the voice of Maritime. And we hope that you found useful information and insights as to what to expect in 2022. And as a teaser, in our next episode, we'll hear directly from the horse's mouth, the DG of Nimasa, on what the agency will be up to in 2022. So you don't want to miss out. As I leave you, remember that life is like sailing, but you can use any wind to go wherever you want to go. My name is Ubong Essien. Until I see you next time, I'm asking you to stay on course. Bye-bye.